Ride and Listen episode 3. Welcome back. And if this is your first time here, don't even watch this right now. Go back and watch episode 1 and come back here. Meet us back here. But for those of you who are coming back for episode 3, welcome back. Episode 3 is the longest episode, quite possibly, that I have pre-recorded from my senior season. And we go over, I'd say, 3 main umbrella topics here. Knowledge of self being the first one. Then we'll get into some more, belief stuff, personal perception stuff. All right. Again, this Ride and Listen is my senior year of college. I knew I was going to have the season I was going to have because I dedicated my entire senior year to just the idea of becoming the best baseball player I've ever had in my life. Or best season I've ever had in my life, best baseball player I've ever been. I knew it was going to happen like this because I dedicated myself entirely to the vision I had in my head since I was a kid. Hit 400, came All-American, did all these things, right, that everyone dreams about doing. And I, recorded these audio messages along the way. And that's why we're here today. On December 9th, 2024, this is recorded on February 9th, 2023, so almost 2 years ago. If you think about it, it's kind of crazy. But, I hope you enjoy this episode. Like this episode for me. And share it, too, because you guys spend all this time, all this money on gear. Spend this time doing other things that aren't, in line with your goals. Every time I ask this question, do you want to play in college, to youth baseball players, everyone raises their hand because they want to. But they won't sit here and listen to a video like this. They'll go spend their time doing other things that I'd say are distractions, right? You can't have everything. You can't have everything. If you want this, you should listen to this episode. If you want to play in college, you should listen to this episode. If you want to have the best season you've ever had in your life, you should listen to this episode. If you want to know everything that I use fundamentally and as far as mental game to have my All-American season, I have 2 ebooks on my website on discoverprospects.com. You will spend a total of $50, and that's less than some gear, that's less than cleats, and you'll have everything that I had used to become an All-American. Think about it. Share it, like I said. And thanks for watching, honestly. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Yo. It's Thomas Evans. February 7th, 2023. It is 9:33 p.m. Just got another thought that's been on my mind a lot the past few days, 2 days. It's knowledge of self. The power of knowledge of self. So, when you think about knowledge, right, you go to school, or, you go to practice, something in baseball. So I coach these kids, I instruct these kids, run clinics, and I often ask them, like my parents asked me when I was younger, what did you learn at school today? You already know the answer, I don't even got to say it, nothing. Everyone says nothing. All the kids say nothing. And I think, why is that? And I think back to when I was that age, why did I always say nothing? Well, I did learn something, but I was learning things to pass a test. And I was learning things on history of old people that have already passed, his story, the narrative that I was fed, education. But it never benefited me directly, right?
I mean, yeah, the argument is you go to school to get education, go to college, right? Cool. I get that. But what is benefiting me specifically? Nothing. And that's why they say nothing when they go home, or I ask them at baseball, what am I getting at? The most powerful knowledge is knowledge of self. What makes me tick? What makes me feel happy? I mean, what can I do to make myself get into a creative mode? What do I do to stay organized? What do I do to lock in for an at-bat? What do I do to step away from an at-bat and reset? What works for you? What could work for me? Knowledge of self. Belief in self comes from that knowledge in self. It's a confidence. Confidence comes from knowledge in self. Now let's stay on baseball, since that's what I'm trying to get at here. I mean, I used to be this way. I play with players like this, but let's just stick with me because that's the perspective I know. I used to, every time I get back to the dugout at practice, every time I step out at BP, coach, how's my swing look? Coach, what do you think I'm doing wrong? Coach, I feel good. Boom. That's it, but we'll come back to it. I'm asking other people, how does my swing look? What do you think? What do you think? When the question I should ask myself is, how does my swing feel? And I said it. Sometimes I'll think, my swing feels good today. But instead of thinking about it, really thinking about it, I'll go tell other people, my swing feels good today. Nah, what you should do is think about it. Why does my swing feel good today? Although I was working with this coach and he told me to do this with my top hand. And then the more I looked at it, my top hand was really staying through the ball today. That's what it was. That's why I felt good. Look at some video of your swing. I was on time today. That's why I felt good. Nah, coach, why do you think I'm swinging? Why do you think I'm off today? Well, you think about it. How does your swing feel when you're hitting good? What does that feel like? Because if you know what that feels like, then when you're swinging off, when your swing is off, you should know what feels off. For instance, today I was hitting earlier at practice this morning, hitting practice with our groups, small groups, so you get a lot of reps. And my swing feels good, but I'm missing hitting off a machine. And what's the biggest thing about the machine? The timing. I wasn't on time. And I'm thinking this through, right? Why am I not on time? I'm loading early. Everyone's like, load early. I was loading early. The more I thought about it, I broke it down. I figured it out. I was loading early, but I was stepping late. I was planting my foot late. Now think about it. Everyone's like, load earlier. Get ready earlier. Well, what about being planted on the ground ready for the pitch? I was late with that. Now it could have been like, coach, what do you think? And he could have told me I was late, and he did eventually tell me I was late. But I figured that knowledge out myself, knowledge of self, and that gave me more power because I felt it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just an external opinion, because your coach isn't in your shoes. He doesn't know how your swing feels. My swing could feel awful, but I have a good round and my coach tells me it looks good. But it didn't feel good. So understanding yourself, slowing the game down, feeling it, reflecting. One of the quotes that always bothered me in baseball, right? And we've all heard it. Baseball is a game of failure, right? And everyone's going to be like, it is a game of failure. Well, it's all perspective. Everything is perspective. As is above is below, vice versa. As is below is above. A glass is half full, it's half empty. Saying the game of baseball is a game of failure is a glass half empty approach. And I'm not that guy. I don't like that. Baseball is a game of endless opportunity. Think about it. If baseball is a game of failure, because the game beats you up and you fail, then baseball is a game of endless opportunity. Now, it's all perspective. If you want to hold the perspective that baseball is a game of failure, you can have it. That's you. That's you. That's all you. That's not me, though. And even at that, baseball, they say baseball is a game of failure. The best hitters fail 7 out of 10 times. The best Hall of Famers are 300 hitters. Well, think about it. Them failing 7 out of 10 times, they had to be so good at reflecting and getting better and taking that knowledge and applying it that they then went 3 out of 10. So it wasn't just failure, because if all they did was fail and sulk in their failure, they would have been 0 out of 10. They would have never got a hit. But no, it's a game of endless opportunities. Think about it. This pitcher could throw this pitch anywhere. Anywhere. Any pitch. And I could hit a home run, triple, double, single. I could bunt. I could walk. I could get hit by the pitch. And think about on top of that, you could hit a double to left, a double to right, a double to center, home run, left field, center, right. You could bunt down third base line. You could bunt down first base line. I could get hit in the calf, or I could get hit in the back. I could watch 4 balls that were high and outside, or I could work a full count and then watch a ball in the dirt. All of those, I got on first base. And I didn't even name all the possible other possibilities. Baseball is a game of endless opportunity. Glasses always half full. Now look, how do you take advantage of all these opportunities, right? You got to slow the game down. And I never really thought about it in that sentence, in that frame. I never really felt it. I might have heard it before, but I never felt it until fall ball 2022 at Hilbert. Coach Benny Serrano, right? Honestly, one of the grittiest players I've ever seen play, and one of the most successful at just executing the way he wants to execute I've seen. Played against, watch play at Niagara. We're playing 2-pitch. If anyone doesn't know what 2-pitch is, you basically start with a 1-1 count. It's BP, but you start with a 1-1 count. You only get one foul ball. 2 foul balls, you're out. And you're just kind of already starting, and it speeds the game up. It makes the game go quick. Boom, boom, boom. Play. Run back to your position. Go, go, go. It speeds the game up. And what did he say? I got super frustrated. Super frustrated because I was doing things correctly But I was just getting in my head. I was letting the play before pile on, and then pile on, and pile on, and pile on, and pile on. Boom, I let it out. And then at the end of practice, he's like, 2-pitch. What's the point of 2-pitch? Just speed the game up. And then what do we have to do as players? Slow the game down. That's it. That's the answer. How do you take advantage of endless opportunities? You slow the game down. People are always like, take it pitch by pitch. People say that, but they don't feel it. Pitch by pitch. That means if you go pitch by pitch, I'm not thinking about last at bat. I'm not thinking about the bat in front of me. I'm thinking about that first pitch that's coming at me. Boom. Strike down the middle. I didn't swing. Cool. Pitch by pitch means that I forgot that I just watched a pitch down the middle. And now I got to be on time for his fastest pitch and his slowest pitch at the same time. That's baseball. So I got to forget about it, man. Otherwise, baseball is momentum. I watch a pitch down the middle, now I'm mad at myself. Then he hangs a curveball and I swing and miss. Now I'm super mad at myself. And I still got another pitch. You get 3 strikes, but you're already so against yourself. So like, wow, I can't do it. I can't believe I just did that. That you're already inserting so much doubt before a result even happens. And you might get lucky and get a hit with 2 strikes after you're mad at yourself, sure. But what if you went pitch by pitch? You might not even have made it. You might have crushed the hanging curveball that you swung and missed on because you were mad. Gotta slow the game down. Slow the game down. Often, so Giannis Antetokounmpo says, worrying about what's in front of you, ahead of you, is anxiety, right? Which it is. And then worrying about the past and what had happened, that's depression. You got to live in the moment. I can speak from my perspective, but baseball, I've often found anxiety comes before the game. Depression comes during the game. Leading up to the game, I was always, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to play like this, I got to play like this. And the game didn't even start yet. And I'm thinking about, I could go 0 for 3 here. And what if I do go for 3? And then once I'm in the game, I'm always thinking about, wow, I can't believe I grounded out last at bat. Wow, boom, fly balls hit to me. And I got to go track it down. And I'm thinking about my last at bat. What if I just slowed the game down? Like I'm slowing down to this red light right now. What if you just slowed the game down? Took a breath. Cleared your mind. Told yourself, I'm grateful to be playing this game. What if? Now, I unpacked a lot there. I said a lot. But I hope it connected with you. I was speaking from my perspective of that because that's all I know. I'm not a sports psychologist. I'm not anything of that nature. I'm just me. Trying to shed some light on things we probably all think about, but I was just giving my perspective. And if it related to you, great. I hope it does. If not, that's cool. That's cool too. I don't feel any type of way about it. But I'm just trying to talk about the game like I wish someone would have told me back in the day. That I eventually realized now, being a senior, going into my last semester of college, my last season. But what's knowledge if you don't share it? You can either learn from your own mistakes, or if you're smart enough, you learn from someone who already went through it. think about it, re-listen to it, think about it again, and apply it. Take the knowledge, apply it. This might be something you already learned before. You already thought about it before. Why not relearn it? Do it again. Think about it again. Reps. Repetition. You're just going to do one push-up and now all of a sudden you got the best form and you can do 100 push-ups? No. You got repetition. Do it again and again. Think about it again and again. Until all of a sudden you're playing the game and it feels like it's slow motion. Think about endless opportunities you can take advantage of. Failure is part of the game, but you're so in tune with reflecting and getting better that you don't think about failure. Think about the endless opportunities. Be blessed in your pursuits of your athletic desires. Conquer your mind. Conquer your mind and become the best athlete that's within you. Peace.